Teofimo Lopez is looking for another opportunity, and it may come soon enough when he faces Sandor Martin on Saturday, December 10th. Is Lopez Martin another upset in the making? Let's talk about it.
For Spence right now. He's been throwing that right left
Teofimo Lopez will return to the ring at the super lightweight division on Saturday, December 10th against Sandor Martin for the WBO International Super Lightweight title. This is going to be another test for Teofimo, as he has the chance to make his mark in the division, campaigning for the second time after a TKO victory over Pedro Campa in August. His record now of 17-1 with 13 KOs is on the line. And Martin is coming in, and his record you have to respect as well. The thing about Martin, he's 40-2 and he has 13 KOs. But his two losses were decision losses that came earlier in his career. And you have to understand, with 40 fights under his belt, he is quite the experienced fighter. And in his second to last fight, which was an October 2021 victory over Mikey Garcia, in a fight where he won a majority decision against Mikey in Mikey's hometown. Now let's just think about that for a moment. In that bout, he proved to be a heady and crafty boxer, as he took on Mikey Garcia, who was coming off of a layoff, but at the same time, Mikey was trying to put himself in a position to get another big fight at welterweight. It was not to be. Sandor Martin, after the first couple of rounds, began to find his rhythm in the fight, and it became an uphill battle for Mikey from that point going forward. The Southpaw is the type of fighter who is a rhythm fighter. He stands 5'7.5", and that southpaw position for him, he utilizes it and is very slick with his ability to box. He's not the biggest puncher, but he does know angles. He does know how to put combinations together. Mikey Garcia found that out very quickly. Now, when you talk about Teofimo Lopez, who has been not as active as he needs to be for the age that he is, he's 25 years of age, and he happens to be a physically gifted fighter with speed and a little bit of strength and power on his punches. But against George Kambosos, his November 21st, his November 2021 loss, split decision to George Kambosos, it saw him reveal some of the things that were always there about him. A lot of it has to do with confidence. A lot of it has to do with his inability to deal with crafty fighters. Fighters who are not just coming in and giving him opportunities like Richard Comey did in their fight going back to 2019 when he stopped Comey early, caught him with an overhand right when Comey's chin was hanging outside like a jack-o'-lantern. But his fight against George Kambosos saw him get dropped early, and it was an uphill battle for him ever since. He also sustained a very bad cut over his eye. When he goes in against Sandor Martin, he's going to have to contend with something else that he hasn't seen in a few fights. The thing about Martin, he may lack power, but he's a spirited, motivated fighter. He's the type of fighter that is not going to give up just because he's dropped a couple of rounds. He's not going to give up if the other guy has a good rally. He's not going to give up if he hits the guy with his best and the guy is still there. He will just continue to work his craft until the final bell. Now, his chin has been tested, and Sandor has proven to be a guy who will stand in there and not be afraid of contact. You have to be in position to hit and not get hit back as cleanly in order to be successful in a boxing match. And he proved that against Mikey Garcia. His last fight against Jose Felix saw him win this vacant title, but at the same time, that was a fight where he went to a unanimous decision after his victory over Mikey, proving that even with a quality win, he doesn't rest on his laurels. He goes back in for it. Now, think about Teofimo and the aspects of his game which may be questionable, meaning like his mental approach and his confidence. Do you recall when he fought Mayoshi Nakatani, who was a tall, rangy fighter that gave him all types of problems, and in a fight that I felt he should have dropped that decision, but he got a unanimous decision against Nakatani, and I don't know if that was due to the judges taking advantage of people who didn't know who Nakatani was, but Nakatani has since proven to be a quality fighter in the aftermath. Teo, after that toughness, stated that he wasn't going to ever fight a tall guy again, just immediately dismissing the opposition and things that he might have to work on in the near future. And what did he do after the George Kambosos decision loss? He moved up from the division, not even looking for a rematch when it was right on the table and George was willing to give it to him. You have to think about the mental capacity for a fighter who doesn't want to run it back because he may have dropped a decision. It's not like he got knocked cold. He only got dropped on his pants, and that was due to being distracted, I believe, and not totally 100% focused on the fight. But see, again, we have to talk about the mental strength. That is something that Sandor is going to have over him in this fight. And if it turns into a boxing match, Sandor may prove to be a better boxer than George Kambosos. A scary thought, because he avoided the rematch with Kambosos. Teofimo did, opting to move up, declaring that the previous division, he was outgrowing it. Well, at 25, you're not outgrowing, you're just undisciplined. But guess what? You're fighting a fighter who is extremely disciplined. And Sandor Martin, wasn't the least intimidated by Mikey Garcia, who is twice, if not 3 times, the fighter that Teofimo Lopez is. Think about that for a moment when you talk about, is this an upset in the making? It very well could be. I advise people to watch this fight very closely because the early rounds will be a telltale sign for Teo. Is he up for the task? Can he turn back the challenge of Sandor Martin? Can he handle the southpaw, who is experienced with 42 fights under his belt? There's not a lot that Teo can show him that he hasn't seen before. I am favoring Sandor Martin in a close decision in this fight. Teofimo has not showed the focus that he needs to show for fights like this, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. I could be proven wrong, and I've been wrong before, but I'm gonna roll with Sandor Martin in this fight. What do you think? Please leave comments. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. That's all I have for you at this time. Like, share, and comment. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.